clear mission.
Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the Gun Guy. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I really do appreciate it. Remember, GunGuyTV is no longer a prisoner of YouTube. We are available also on all of these platforms over here. So if you don't want to watch us on YouTube, or you can't, or you prefer not to, or whatever, you can also find us in any of those places. I urge you to go to one of them, whichever one is your favorite, or all of them if you like, and subscribe so that you'll always be able to find us. By the way, if you haven't done it as well, since YouTube has changed a little bit, if you're watching this on YouTube, you might also want to click the little bell so that you get a notification when I send out new videos, because if you're a subscriber, you won't get the notification unless you click the little bell, which is down there by the subscribe button. Okay, one of the things I wanted to show you today was this flashlight by Sofirn, and they've sent a bunch of them out to YouTubers all over the place, so I'm sure they're being reviewed all over the place. You might be getting tired of it, but I gotta tell you, this little flashlight is the most interesting flashlight anybody's sent me in a very long time. Mostly because of its design. Now, it comes with some stuff. Obviously, you got the box, and then you get the light, and you get a little battery charger, which is kind of cool, and a little USB cable to plug it into your computer or whatever to charge your battery, and it comes with a lanyard. Okay, standard stuff, right? And then it comes with a rechargeable battery for the light, which is this great big long monster here. It's an 18650. You can take the little C2, whatever they are, and plug those in and do those too, but it suggests that you use these. And then you just screw it on the back and away you go. Now, I do have one, well, really kind of two minor issues with the flashlight. I'll tell you what those are in a minute. But in the meantime, let me tell you what I'm impressed by. I am impressed by the design of this thing and the thought that went into it. Now, it has a whole bunch of stuff it does, I'll tell you here in a minute. I mean, it does everything but blow your nose for you, and I don't need it to do all that. I'm a kind of a practical guy. For me, it's a tactical flashlight. I want it to go on and come off and give me a couple of different brightness settings. But it's the way you do those things that I find interesting. Now, before I tell you about that, let me tell you what it will do so that you know. There are, I think, 5 different brightness settings on this thing. So you can see, if I take it down to the weakest one, that's about 50, I think that's 5 lumens. And then it goes from 5 lumens all the way up to, I can't see it, all the way up to 12, there you go, 5, and then all the way up to 1200 lumens. So, I mean, this thing gets real uber bright, as you can see. And then if you hold the button, it has a strobe feature. If you want to do that, it'll strobe. I don't really have a need for that. It's got this kind of funky little strobe where it goes really fast, slows down, goes really fast. And if you hold it again, then you get the SOS feature where it'll blink out SOS, 3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots. You know, I'm not going to be trudging around out in I'm not going to be on a desert island someplace, or deserted island where I need that to contact the airplane coming over the the horizon or whatever. But nevertheless, it's there. If that is of interest to you, those are the things that it does. It's got 5 brightness settings, a strobe setting, and then the let me get it on bright here, and then the SOS thing that it does. Pretty cool. It's got a really strong clip on it, just a really neat light. But here's the deal. I got to tell you, I get very, very frustrated by tactical lights because I've got a lot of them, and I've tried a lot of them, and I don't like the ones that cycle through these various options every time you hit the button on the end cap. When I hit the button on the end cap, I want the light to come on whatever I set it on, and that's where I want it to be, because I equate these as a tactical tool associated with my firearm, or my knife, or whatever you know, defensive tool I'm carrying at the time. But particularly with a firearm, I want that thing to come on bright the first time, not have to cycle through it or accidentally hit it twice and now it's on the dim cycle and I got some guy in front of me wanting to hurt me and I can't see the target clear enough, or I'm not affecting his vision because I haven't hit him in the face with a bright enough light. All of those things frustrate me about tactical lights. Well, these folks got around that. You don't cycle through the options with the end cap. You cycle through the options with this little button in the front. So that whatever you set it on is what it stays on. As you can see, it's not changing. It is what it is until you hit the little button on the end cap, and that's where it gets a little brighter or a little dimmer, and it starts to cycle through things. And that's even where you get the cycling of the strobe choice. So if you hold that button down, then it goes to strobe. You hold it down again, and then it'll go back to what you were doing before. So everything as far as options is concerned is done by this little button on the side. Well, here's the, I've been carrying this thing around for about a month, okay? I've dropped it a number of times because I'm a klutz. I drop things a lot, not intentionally, just, you know, I haven't, one of the things, it's supposed to be waterproof down to 2 meters. I haven't thrown it in a bucket of water or whatever, but I'm sure somebody has. You'll find somebody on YouTube that's done that. But I did pull it off to see if there were O-rings on both the bezel, and there is, and on the end cap, and there's a nice little O-ring in there to seal it up so that it won't leak. So that's pretty cool. And it's made out of a really good, it looks like a really good quality aluminum build, and really nice threads. But there are O-rings on both sides, so that's kind of neat. Now you can cycle through the options, and you can use your pinky to do that. It's, you know, honestly, I think that's cool. But in the heat of the moment, when somebody's trying to hurt you, I'm never going to do that. It's going to be on whatever setting it's on, and that's what I'm stuck with. And that's why I like the fact that I can set it on its brightest setting, which is right there, and I can leave it there, and then I don't have to worry about the stupid little button on the side. A couple other little features there is that every time you turn the light on, that little button comes on green or whatever color for 5 seconds. It lights up briefly. If it's green, that means the battery's good. If it's red, that means the battery's starting to get bad. If it's blinking red, you got to change the battery because it's about to stop. And that's basically it, or throw it in the charger or whatever. So you can run it till it turns red. It's just warning you, and then you can throw it in the charger and charge it back up and start all over again. So there it is. There's the Sofirn light. I took it to the range and I shot, practiced with it as a tactical light, shooting with my little snubby quite a bit. It works really well. It lights up the target really well. I have had no issues with it except these simple things, and that's it. One, it's fat. So if it's in your pants all the time in your pocket, you know, it's kind of takes up a lot of room in your pants pocket. So it's kind of a nuisance because it's big around. On the other hand, it's big around, so if you need to use it to brace your hand, to defend yourself, that's good. If you want to use it as some sort of tool, you know, right hand, left hand, whatever you're doing, it works really well for that because it's hard and it's you know, it's aluminum and it's big, and you can smack people with it if you had to do that to defend yourself. So that's a yin and yang thing. There's a positive and a negative there. The other thing that is kind of a negative is the button on the back of the end cap sits quite high. And that's to make it easy to grab and easy to turn the light on. I get it. But what I have discovered is because it sits high, and since I've carried it for about a month, a number of times the thing has been pushed on accidentally while it's in my pocket. And let me tell you, 1200 lumens, that sucker gets hot really fast. And then you're going, God, what the heck? Jerking it out of your pocket. It also runs the battery down. So if I was going to change anything on the light, honestly, the only thing I would change is I'd make that button just a little bit lower, or I'd surround it all the way around, or in a different fashion with the redesign this little end cap so that it's not so easy to push that button, because it does get pushed quite frequently. In one case, you know, you throw it in the center console of your car, it gets pushed accidentally, then you need your light, and it doesn't work because the battery's dead. So that's the only problem I've had with it. Other than that, it's a stellar light. It's very inexpensive. I don't know if they sell them on their website, but I did find them on Amazon, so I'll put the link in the description for that if you'd like to go look there. That's the flashlight from Sofirn. Again, it's the SP31 version 2.0, and it comes with all of this stuff. Now, when the directions come, you need a 10-year-old's eyes or 5-year-old's eyes, or you need a magnifying glass, because it's like tiny, tiny little print. It is printed clearly enough that if you get a magnifying glass on it, you'll actually be able to see it. One of the funniest things that honestly came in a box I thought was kind of cute was a stupid little card that says, what's it say, happy, whoop, I'm sorry, I had it upside down, happy or not happy? And if you're happy, I guess you read the appropriate one, which I can't see because they're too small, but I think that the not happy one just tells you how to get a hold of them. So this is the little card. It's the happy or not happy card that came in the box. I think that was kind of cute. So there you are. There's the Sofirn SP31 version 2 flashlight. Highly recommended. It's a very good light. In fact, I think I'm going to buy some to give away for Christmas, since we're getting closer and closer to the holidays. It's really a terrific light. The only thing I can say about it is it's kind of big. So in your pocket, unless you're wearing jeans or something, you're not going to carry it around in dress slacks. It's just too big. But that can be, you know, plus or minus depending. And the only issue I've got really technically is that the little button on the back of the cap is a little too high. Other than that, I really, really, really like the design. I particularly like the fact that once I set it on a setting, it is what it is until I change the setting over here. And oh, by the way, an added bonus of this little light that comes on in here when you first turn it on, you can see that, is that I go for walks and hikes sometimes at night. And there's been a couple times I wanted to find that button and couldn't find it, but because I turned the flashlight on just then and it was green, I go, oh, there it is, because I want to adjust the intensity of the light. And I don't have to hunt for it or feel around to find it. When I first turn on the light, it turns green, or red, or flashing red, depending on the condition of your battery. Well, there you are. Thank you very much for watching. Great flashlight, the little Sofirn LED flashlight. I assume they make other lights. I don't know. I've never heard of the company until they sent me this one. But I'm very, very impressed. Check them out. The links are in the description. Thank you again very much for watching. Don't forget to check us out on these other platforms. We're all over the place. Help us out on Patreon if you'd like to. We're going to be doing some live streams there only on Patreon. And of course, there's also podcasts that I do and behind the scenes things that only appear on Patreon. So you might want to check us out there as well. There's other ways you can support the channel too, all of which are in the description. Have a great week. Thank you for watching, and please be safe.